8.4%. Well, it is time to drop the puck. San Jose from left to right. Ontario from right to left in the rain. Win the face-off to begin things in Game 1 of this post-game series. Charles Hudon threw it on net right away. It was knocked down by Askarov and then thrown back into the crease off a deflection by Lawrence. Back behind the net, Angus Booth lifts it up in the air and out of play. This is going to be a delay of game here on Ontario. And we got Caleb Lawrence getting into it after the play with Van Roboys. Everyone coming together, but this should be a penalty on Angus Booth. He flipped the puck over the glass and straight out of play.
Yeah, he's going to have a little, as soon as he sees some pressure, he does the flip. And you know what he's trying to do? He's trying to chip it off the glass. See what they say.
On to the game's first power play, the #1 power play unit during the regular season. Daniil Gushtin led the league with 14 power play goals. He is not currently on this #1 unit as the puck is one up high to the point for Cagnoni. Left wing side, up high to the point. There's a shot from distance that's snared by Copley and held on.
You see there was a rebound there. Referee lost sight of it, but it was right in front of Copley, and it was a close opportunity. Copley didn't quite grab that, but the rebound was right there in front of him. Referee, though, on the other side could not see the puck, so immediately blows it dead. But there are opportunities to get second shots.
So the face-off will be to the right side of Copley. Plays it near side. It's hoisted back to the neutral zone. Run into was Ethan Fresh, but a penalty coming here against the rain, I believe, although it was a late whistle.
Yeah.
Lawrence was busting in on net, got a chance off, but the penalty was called. The arm was up, just kind of a delayed whistle there.
Cross-check going to the rain on the hit in the neutral zone. It's on Sean Element. It was pretty good shot by Element. And the back referee deemed that was a cross-check. I just thought maybe it might be close to a boarding. But regardless, here's another chance early in the game. 11:04 remaining in the first period for the CUDA.
Sharks and the Barracuda fired in deep by the CUDA with 42 seconds remaining on the power play. Thompson right point, works it down the half wall for Cardwell. Those two grew up together. Thrown in front, in tight was Giles. Save made by Copley, and he reels in the loose puck. That was a good look for the Barracuda, but Copley sharp keeps it out with 34 ticks left on the power play.
And how did that play happen? They throw the puck in, hard, down low. They retrieve it. They get it back to the point. They get shot towards the net, and then they track to the net. And it was just, I think it was Cartwell, just fans on that puck. The puck was on edge. Yeah, he did. But Giles is there. You've got some traffic. A tense moment for the Ontario Reign trying to keep it out. So that's just real simple hockey, but nearly effective.
Give off for Cardwell. Those two crisscross. Cardwell tried to center. Blocked down. Came back to him. Pulled the trigger. And Copley makes a right shoulder stop and then pounces on the loose puck.
Excellent job by Ethan Cardwell. Some more pushing and shoving because Copley made the save and the Barracuda were staying on the puck. But Cardwell very smartly tries to... He's got... Is that Godden stick he took?
Did he just, Joe Hicketts, I believe. Hicketts just gave him a look. I was like, what is going on? So, he just took his stick away from him and skated away.
Exactly. Ethan Cardwell and Hicketts were face-to-face with each other. And Cardwell took his stick, skated away, and then just laid it on the ice and kept moving.
Well, it was nicer than what we saw. Net and dropping into the butterfly to make the save is Phoenix Copley, and he melts it down with 3 minutes and 54 seconds gone in period number 2. Still looking for our first goal.
I'll tell you, one guy that watched for the Barracuda is Pavel Regenda. He has been all over the puck, very close to it on that shorthanded opportunity, and to the right, that last shift. He's got the puck near the net. He seems to, or the puck seems to be following him, or vice versa, but a good backtrack. Helped sort it out, but late. It was still a hard shot, but wide. There's a hold coming up against the Ontario Reign.
Cagnoni's going to draw the penalty. Pinelli is the one going to the box, so the CUDA are going back onto the advantage here. And it'll be touched down by Pinelli. And the time of the minor at the 8:01 mark. So for the first time in this second period, the Barracuda are going on to the manpower advantage. Third time in the game, they are 0 for 2.
You need one of these to click, right?
Pavel Regenda. Regenda will reverse the puck around the wall. Skating into it is Cagnoni as he exits his zone. Luca Cagnoni hits the blue line, drops for Bstead, swings it on net. Big rebound there on what looked like an innocent shot. Dewar puts it back on net. You talked about it, Drew. Phoenix Copley has the propensity to give up some rebounds, and that was a juicy one on a pretty innocent shot.
Couple of things. One, Luca Cagnoni's got zero panic in his game. He brings the puck up rather easily, almost, and backs up their D, and then the easy shot, and then keep going to the net off the puck. It's, again, the simplicity at times is exactly what you need, and it almost worked for the Cuda there.
Cuda with 4 in the rush. Ostapchuk into the zone, left-hand side, broken up by Sacconi. Now a chance the other way. Breakaway, Stanika! Jack Stanika to the net, and it's knocked away. A big save by Askarov. Stanika back down low for Chromiak. Rain, keep it going. In the final minute of the period, Chromiak a shot, save Askarov, rebound is covered. Oh, the best chance of the night for Ontario. Jack Stanika hanging his head a bit. 22 seconds left in the second period, still scoreless.
Jack Stanika, by far the best opportunity we've seen by either team all night, creating a breakaway for
Regenda sent it back into the rain end for San Jose. Hickett's trying to get it to center, was kept alive by the Cuda, but a very late offside whistle. And again, now we're going to have players pushing and shoving because Hickett's finished the hit because of the late offside whistle with just 4.3 seconds left in the second period. This should be a face-off that comes out to center ice, which would be tougher for San Jose to try to do anything with.
And I want to correct myself. I'm watching a replay now, and I do think Askarov got something off of that Jack Stanika
It looked
breakaway.
like Askarov was pretty aggressive and like maybe cut off and maybe just kind of got a piece of that. You'd hope that he's a guy who's fortunate to be back in the lineup, and we see him elevate his game here. Riley Walsh took a hit up high, lost his glove, and there's a penalty coming here on San Jose. Walsh is bleeding on the Reign bench. And the training staff over to get a towel to his face. Riley Walsh was dropping back defensively, and they're gonna have to help get him off to the locker room. Looks like he's got a bloody nose.
I think Joe Hickett's picked up his mouth guard for him.
Walsh headed back to the locker room as they try to stop the bleeding. Now the officials trying to discuss here, is this a 2 or is it a 4? If it's not a high stick, can you make it a 4? If it's a high stick, or if they're calling a cross check or something else, are you gonna make it a 4 in this instance? But they got 4 minutes on the board right now.
Barracuda trying to win it back below the goal line. In the offensive zone, Bstead gives off for Dewar. Lays up high to the point, Cagnoni. Right side for Rister. He scores! It made its way through traffic. Ethan Fresh from the right side has opened up the scoring with 12:40 left in period number 3.
That's a really terrific job. Again,
Good with a 1-0 lead, and they're on to the power play after Taylor Ward is called for holding. But here come the Reign shorthanded. Glenn got it down the right wing side. Holding steers it along. Great defensive play, Cagnoni. Now it guides it along for Colin White. Barracuda could have numbers. White coming down the right wing. Holding, feathers along. Bstead, he scores! Philip Bstead rips home the power play goal. And just like that, the Barracuda lead it 2-0.
what a pass by Colin White. Good drive to the net by Regenda. A terrific finish by Bstead, but you called it, Nick. The defensive play by Cagnoni in front of his own net when the Reign were pressuring up the ice shorthanded. 3 guys on the attack. What a play by Cagnoni. Defensively makes the great play, goes the other way, and I almost said it. The Barracuda take the 2-0 lead. What a moment.
Boards. It'll carry him off of the skates of Colin Graff and nearly made its way into the empty net. And now a penalty coming against the
Call it a goal.
Ontario Reign, and they're going to call it a good goal.
Yep.
Colin
That's a
White
goal.
upended, trying to get to the loose puck. And he's going to be credited with the empty net goal with 2:18 left here in the third period.
Good play through the neutral, get the puck out. Had the play in the neutral zone. Colin White just got on his horses, just kept going. Hicketts is going to argue this, but because Colin White was clear ahead of the defender and he took him down, that ends up being a good goal. Or ends up being, a goal. I can't stand that good goal sentiment that the referees say. It ends up being a goal, counts, and now it's 3-0. Colin White beats his man. He's driving for the net, driving for that puck. He's going to get there, and he gets hooked. And that play is a goal.
So do you believe the argument by Ontario is the fact that the puck was pretty close to the goal line at that point? Was he going to get to it?
Yeah.
But clearly upended and impeded on his way towards the empty net.
They're discussing this now with the linesman. The linesman was already waving it off as no icing. The linesman, they just showed the replay. Linesman was waving it off, no icing. So that play wasn't going to get called. It was not called an icing. I'm not sure what the discussion is right now because the linesman called it, waved it off, no icing. And the call on the ice was goal because of the interference of an empty net opportunity for Colin White, or the hook or whatever it was going to be called. Oh, it's no goal now.
So we are going to get the defenseman Booth, and that'll do it for game number one. Yaroslav Askarov with his first Calder Cup shutout as the Barracuda scored twice in the third period in a minute and 18 seconds span. Regenda and Beestead finding the back of the net. Beestead's on the power play. And a game that the Barracuda didn't necessarily have their best. They find a way and they take a huge 1-0 series lead on the Reign.
It's what we talked about going into the third period.